The heavy gates of Grimhollow slam shut behind you with a resounding thud, echoing through the stillness that surrounds Grimhollow. Ahead of you lies a dangerous, barren landscape, an expanse of wasteland cloaked in shadow and stretching endlessly in all directions. The eternal darkness is illuminated only by the flickering glow of your torches, which cast feeble rays of light into the consuming void. You feel a familiar sense of dread as the Shadowdark closes in around you. As you take your first steps forward, the hoarfrost crunches beneath your boots. The air is sharp with a frigid chill. Each breath you exhale, forming ghostly wisps in the darkness. Your torchlight struggles to penetrate the oppressive gloom, casting a dim circle of light that extends only a few paces ahead. And if you remember, the glow of the torches that you hold push against this force of darkness. There's no gradation of light as it might extend from a natural candle or torch into darkness, where some things are in shadow and some things are in darkness and some things are in pure black. No, there is just a distinct line where the illumination of the torch ends and the Shadowdark begins, and there's this sort of push and pull, this tension zone where the darkness is creeping in and the light is pushing back against it. Beyond this fragile perimeter, the world is shrouded in an impenetrable blackness, sense of dread growing with each step, the silence around you broken only by a distant, shrill call of some unseen menace. Driven by the urgency of your mission, you press onward. The tales of the mystic Wieldstone and its protective magic weigh heavily on your mind, urging you to brave the dangers that lie ahead. And as you move deeper into the wasteland, the land itself begins to change. I would like to know who in this group is currently holding a torch.
Klasha.
Okay.
And Raja.
Okay.
I will cross that off.
As
I would like you all to roll initiative, please. And then I will go around and ask you for your rolls. All right, 25 to 20. $15 to $20. 10 to 15.
11.
14.
I think I actually have a 17.
Okay, Yuri with the 17.
Yeah.
I have a
And all right, 17 for Roger. 14 for for Wynyard.
Yep.
Yeah, vineyard, but the vineyard.
What'd you say, Glash? 11?
11 for Glasha.
Okay. 5 to 10?
All right.
0 to 5.
3 for
All right. 3 for Narek and 2 for Arthur. All right. What I would like you to do is, let me do this. Let me roll a quick D6. All right, Roger, I would like you, please, to roll I would like you to roll wisdom, normal wisdom roll. This is going to be a target is going to be 12 for you. Okay. I like where we're going. I like where we're going with these rolls.
Oh.
I would now like you to roll a D4, please, Roger. Now, this place that you're going to, you're traveling to an old broken wall. It's a place that you've heard of, that people have told you about. It's a waypoint, if you will, at the edge of the Forlorn Forest. So you're going to be able to find that place without any sort of random encounters along the way, because that's how we do it here in our version of the Shadowdark. But it does take you time to get there. And on this particular occasion, it's going to take you 3 hours to find this broken wall as a waypoint. So those of you who are carrying torches, you need to decide if you'd been carrying a torch that entire time, and you need to mark those off as appropriate. So it was a total of 3 hours to get to this wall.
Yeah.
Now, along the way, you can see that the trees begin to grow more dense as you're traveling across this landscape with this destination in mind, this broken wall. The skeletal silhouettes of these trees loom eerily on either side as you pass by a frozen creek. There's not much water in it, but there's a bit of ice in some of the small little pools that might have all but dried up. These trees, they have twisted branches that reach out like skeletal fingers that seem to grasp at the night, perhaps at you as you pass through some of the lower hanging branches. They scrape against you or claw, it might seem, at your cloaks. But then you finally see it. The time-worn stone wall comes into view. Your torch sheds a dim illumination upon its crumbling surface. It stands stoic and ominous, marking the boundary between this barren wasteland that surrounds Grimhollow and this strange forest that we know as the Forlorn Forest. At the top of the order now, your quest ahead of you, seeking... Well, I'll let you decide what you're seeking. But we'll go to the top of the order, and it looks as though Yuri is first in the initiative order. Or Yuri, what is going on? What are you doing?
I am looking around, trying to assess the situation, see if there's any like current threats that might be obvious, or just kind of checking everything out.
Sure. Let's go with let's do a wisdom check. This will be a normal check for you. So your target is a 12. I don't think any of these characters have been to the Broken Wall.
I'm trying to remember. I don't think so.
No.
Wynyard has not.
No.
I got a 4.
A 4. It's not hard, Yuri, to know that it's dangerous here. You can tell as you look around, even though you don't necessarily pick out anything that is an immediate threat, you can see that the trees here are covered in webs, as if massive spiders live in this dense grove. Roger, you see your friends taking note of this broken wall that was foretold to you by someone in town, perhaps your companion Belch, who has been here before.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
This is not the spot that the old ranger told us to find this cache, right? That's farther in, I think.
The old ranger Thalor had told you about a cache of supplies that he had stashed. Of course, he, having been knowledgeable of these areas, had explored these areas and had an interest himself in this mystic wieldstone, this ancient monolith that's foretold to have some protective powers against the Shadowdark. He had told you to head east. He said a couple hours east of the broken stone wall, you might find an old stone bridge.
That's right. I'm just kind of relaying that to like Narek and Arthur, Glasha, who may not have been there. I mean, granted, we've walked for 3 hours, but probably being pretty quiet about it. But yeah, I say, yeah, go that way. And actually, I'm going to look for like a piece of wood or something that I can actually prop some way so that it indicates like the direction that we need to go. So almost like a signpost, like east is this way, kind of a north type thing.
So you're leaving like a marker kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of a marker or something that, if we come back here again, or if someone does come back here, we can tell them what to look for.
How are you doing the marker, Roger?
I'm just gonna grab a few, broken pieces of branch, maybe some rocks, and just kind of create kind of like a line with like maybe a heavier end on the line, so to speak.
Okay.
Off to the side, somewhere where someone's not just gonna trample over it and mess it all up.
Okay.
That's why we're catching our breath. Something to do. Keep my mind off of, darkness.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. So you get to work putting together this waypoint marker. All right. Wynyard.
I'm thinking as well about the Thalor's comments and the stone bridge underneath which he has his cache, and importantly, I think he left a crude map, he said, which will help us, so we really need to get there. And I'm gonna pull out one of my 4 torches and kind of sheepishly hand it to Glasha, knowing that at any moment she could rip it off the bandolier on my chest just without warning. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. And you do so without any problem whatsoever. Maybe your hands slightly shaky with some of the anticipation of what lies ahead. Having heard yourself, as you mentioned, from Thalor, talking about the shrieking winds and other things, the weeping grove. All right, Glasha.
Glasha takes the torch from Wynyard. Smart. And then I go in the direction east that we're supposed to go. Careful not to leave anyone in the dark, but I will go as far as I can go with the torch.
Okay. Yeah, you start walking off, and likely your friends decide to follow.
Listening also for crying and shrieking.
All right. Very
Weeping and
specific.
shrieking,
Yeah.
Weeping and shrieking.
Yeah, there we go. Let's get specific.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, give me a wisdom roll. This will be a normal roll for you. 12 is the target.
Okay.
Oh.
Hell yeah. Made it.
What's the total?
15.
Okay. You do not hear weeping or shrieking, but you do hear the hoot of an owl, the caw perhaps of some sort of bird life. As you take a few steps and shine your light eastward, your companions bringing up the rear behind you, you see this eruption of motion from a nearby tree. And at first you're bracing yourself for a spider of some kind, but it's not. It's a flock of birds that just scatter into the wind and fly away, cawing and making a ruckus. You get the sense that if there's anything dangerous nearby, they know that there's something here in the wood.
Cool.
All right. But that was a successful roll. Let's go to Narek next.
I'm sorry, you said we had been traveling for a while on an estimated 3-hour journey? Is that what you said?
It was an estimated 1-hour journey, but it took you 3 hours to get there.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think after being out in the darkness for this long, Narek is feeling pressured to shed some more light. So he's going to attempt to cast light on his, he has a pole.
Okay, go ahead and make a casting roll. So that's a d20 plus your wisdom. You're a priest, so your wisdom modifier, and your target is a 10 plus the tier of the spell, which is 1, so it'd be an 11. Oof.
No.
Yeah, that's not going to cut it. Now, unfortunately, in this game, when you fail a casting roll, that spell is no longer available to you until you take a rest. So you are currently without the light spell.
Is that all he can do right now?
That was your action.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Arthur, you watch as your new companion, the priest, is having some trouble with a magical ensorcelment.
Arthur will give him a bit of encouraging words.
There we go.
Don't fear there, Narek. It's the dark is daunting, but together, especially with Glasha, we'll be just fine. And I would like to use my action to inspire him to attempt to give him a luck point. So hopefully he can use it on his when we really need it for his heals.
Okay. So you get to make, what kind of a roll does Arthur make for that?
So it's just a charisma roll, DC 12.
Okay.
And I get to add my charisma. So I get a couple. Yeah, 16.
There we go.
So, Narek, you get a luck point, and I can continue to do that later.
That's very cool.
Successful inspire.
And just so you know, with a luck point, you can use that to re-roll a roll, and you don't have to declare it ahead of time. You can wait until you see what the results of the roll are, and then you can say, hey, I have a luck point, I'm going to use it. If you have a luck point, it will disappear at the end of the session if you don't use it. So keep that in mind. There's no reason to hold on to them at the end of the game, for sure. Okay, very nicely done, Arthur. At the top of the second round, I need Yuri to make a D6 roll, please.
Two.
Okay. Glasha treads off east, the rest of you following. Torches lit. I know Glasha has a torch lit.
Roger's got one lit still.
Roger has one lit as well. You travel and you walk and you're pushing through brambles and through thick, dense understories. Sometimes you emerge into a wide open, almost gallery-like forest with these massive pine trees above you, so high that the light from your torches cannot even illuminate the top of the canopy. They look massive. The trunks, you couldn't wrap your arms around them. They're so big. There are smaller trees, gnarled oaks that have all but lost their foliage that reach out to grab at you. You find yourself tripping occasionally over roots as if the roots themselves are trying to grapple you in a sense, to slow you down. And indeed, you're walking for hours. Eastward, maybe not eastward. It's hard to say. It's almost as if the forest itself shifts with each step. After about 6 hours of travel, that's a lot of torches to mark off.
Yeah.
You find yourselves feeling weary. You find yourselves realizing that you are not heading back to Grimhollow on this day. Maybe not the next day.
Forever.
It's hard to say when one day ends and one day begins in this place, no doubt. But you get the sense that you've been traveling for now 9 hours since you left Grimhollow. I'm going to go to the top of the round, Yuri. With this realization in mind, what are you doing?
Do we even think we're close to where we're going? I mean, we were supposed to travel east. Are we still traveling east, or are we lost?
You ask the question, and it falls upon the silence of the forest. I think perhaps your companions might be thinking that very same question in their own heads. Give me a wisdom check. This will be a normal check for you. Target is a 12. Nice.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, you definitely think you're lost.
Yeah.
You can sense it. You can sense it like in the back of your mind when you're like, and you feel like the adrenaline kick in at that same moment. You're like, shit, we are lost in a very dangerous place.
Is there any way to reorientate ourselves, or
perhaps think about what that might be when we come back to your next turn? Let's go to Roger next. You hear Yuri ask that question, are we lost? You know, you guys are all standing there kind of taking stock of where you're at after 9 hours of traveling. Feet are sore. Perhaps your boots are wet.
Roger just kind of responds with the moment our torchlight left the walls of Grimhollow, we were already lost. But not really lost. You think we should camp down for the night? We can't be too far from this cache. I mean, he said he left torches, food, a map. I mean, weary eyes, tired bones aren't going to be good, we get, ambushed by something.
Yep.
But I'm not the leader of the group. And I just start taking stock of what I have, in my bag and everything, making, kind of doing the
some torch accounting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Roger, you pose that question and you start to do your torch accounting to kind of, and you're in looking at your gear. We'll go to Wynyard next.
I'm nervous as always, and thinking back to just last night when I was in the tankard, warm, drinking an ale, listening to Thalor describe to the young people around him, and Roger and I also on the periphery, trying to remember if Thalor described in his former adventures in the Forlorn Forest, in the Grove, and approaching the bridge, if anything he said triggered, the descriptions he gave triggers anything in my mind about our last several hours of travel. If I've noticed some strange branch or some dip in the track or anything that might allow me to think about where we might be in relation to where we're supposed to be.
Okay. So this might be something that he said to you in conversation that might sort of like stick out in your mind as you're realizing that you don't really know where you are. Let's do this is going to be a hard intelligence roll.
All right. For me, that's +2.
So your target's going to be a 15 on this one.
No, and all that.
You are racing through the conversation as best you can, and you do have really good recall of this type of thing, with the high intelligence and everything. But you can't. It's. He didn't give away too many details unless they were asked of him. He was reserved, certainly when you first started talking to him. When he ascertained that you and Roger were serious adventurers, and Roger pulled down his mask to show his affliction, and the fact that time has been spent, dues have been paid to the Shadowdark in various ways, that he became a little bit more open with his conversation about the Wieldstone, his own research. In fact, he offered for you to take the cache and the map, but nothing really cues you in. There's no path here. You're literally trudging through this dark forest where there's little by way of even game trail at this point. So nothing sticks out for you. And you also have that sense that you're very lost. Probably the first time that Wynyard has been in the Shadowdark and felt almost, I wouldn't say completely, but almost completely at the Shadowdark's mercy.
Indeed, no, that's how I feel. My 2 other travels here, I returned alive, and yes, now I'm gonna hunker down next to Roger and go through my pack too, kind of copying what he's doing, but not really knowing why.
I love it. Okay, awesome. Glasha. Yeah.
Glasha is feeling a cold breeze on her face, and she is thinking about the direction that maybe it came from when we started our turn to head this way. She's very aware that we're lost as well, and is trying to recall the direction of the wind from then and now to maybe determine if we're still going the right way.
So kind of reading the weather a little bit.
Yeah, a little lick of the finger in the air.
Yeah, I like it.
The old lick of the finger.
The finger lick. It usually works.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a wisdom check. This is going to be a hard check for you.
My gosh.
Yeah. Unsuccessful finger lick. 11.
Yeah, I mean you successfully licked the finger. The finger got licked. It's just it didn't really pay off as you had hoped. Yeah. You do get the sense that, I will say this, you do get the sense, Glasha, that pressing on now might be inadvisable. Taking a rest and being, taking that rejuvenating rest and being at your top game for what lies ahead would probably be a beneficial move, but that's about all you get out of that. Narek, how about you? You're seeing a couple of your companions drop their packs and start rummaging through their packs. One of them methodically and one of them sort of hysterically. You see Glasha licking their finger. What would you like to do?
He's going to get a torch out of his pack, but not light it quite yet. Do we still have a couple torches going?
You better. I would assume that Roger and Glasha have torches going.
Okay.
Yep.
He's going to have it at the ready, and he'll just be kind of, he's trying to, think back to their path, their trail so far, and, see if he can make out any, like maybe they've been going in circles or something. Can you recognize anything?
All right, give me a wisdom check. This is going to be this will be a hard wisdom check for you.
It's a total of 3.
The best you can tell, you've been heading due east the whole time, but there's really no way to tell. You have no compass. There's no stars. There's no discernible light source to give you even the direction of like the sun that travels through the sky or anything like that. You literally have your wits and luck, which you get the sense right now, Narek, that luck is failing you.
Certainly is. All right, he's just gonna kind of get closer to the light.
All right, Arthur.
I think we are seeming a bit tired and stressed, and probably should find a place of relative safety to bed down for the night. So I would like to try to find a bit of shelter if possible.
Okay. Yeah, give me a wisdom check. This will be a normal check for you, DC 12. Nice.
6.
All right, so basically what this means is you find there's plenty of spots here where you could settle in. None of them are ideal. It looks like in some cases there's a likelihood to get wet from the wet ground or a seep. There are trees that you can take shelter underneath, but none of them have foliage aside from the pines. And even the pine trees, you can see like some of the needles kind of drifting down as they fall in the breeze, as if they're senescing themselves. You look about the base of the trees and you can see that there are little holes that have been dug in by creatures of all kinds. This is not something you're terribly unfamiliar with, given your discovery of the Goblin Warren not too far back. But you look up, and what's more disturbing is that in the branches, these dead branches of these trees, covered in webbing, thick webs everywhere. So it's not ideal by any sense of the imagination. Nevertheless,
we just have to pause and rest up for the night.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too.
More open, not under a tree.
So given Arthur's decision and search, you do find a spot where you can start to, lay down. I don't know if you guys have bedrolls or if you brought any gear for camping at all. Maybe we can go down the list and you can tell me how you make camp. But before we do that, because we're at the top of the third round, and we're in an unsafe environment, I'm going to go ahead and make a roll to see if we have a random encounter. On a 1 on this D6 roll, there will be a random encounter. Okay, it's a 3, so no random encounter. All right, so let's go down the list here, and you can tell me kind of like how you're making camp or how you're getting set up. We'll start with Yuri.
I guess do we want a lot of fire? I mean, I don't know if that's safe. Maybe try to gather some wood.
Yeah.
No, don't stray too far from the group, but try to gather some wood and make a
Don't
campfire.
leave the light.
Yeah. Maybe I'll cast light on the end of my staff.
Okay, let's get a light roll, please.
I think we need to use 3 torches anyways for a bonfire, for a campfire.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep. So that will allow you to have light on your staff for up an hour, right? which will help you out as you're searching for wood and branches. And that's not hard. There are branches aplenty here. A lot of them are covered in this very sticky, thick, ropey, silk-like webbing. But you can gather that. It sticks to your hands. It sticks to your clothing. If you like wipe your hands on your cloak, it like leaves white streaks of this silky, thick, sort of almost like snot-like consistency. You do, however, are able to gather some wood, so that you can do that. And Roger is correct. Roger, we'll get to your turn in just a second. Yuri, was there something else that you wanted to mention?
Yeah, while I was looking for wood, I want to see if there's any like moss growing on these trees. I know that's probably not possible with it being so dark, but.
All right, we'll come back to you on that one. Okay. Roger, you are correct in your assertion that even if we do find branches, which we are, it still requires 3 torches for a campfire that will last through the night.
With flint and steel, does that help at all to create a fire?
It allows you to light a fire. Yeah.
Okay.
Roger sees Yuri looking around for, stuff to help the torches and everything, that kind of deal. He sees him doing that. He realizes that he is a light spell cast. So I'm like, all right, he's cool. And I take like a little halfling, I make him into a pillow, and I get it. No, I'm just kidding. I just, where we start piling, like where Yuri started putting the wood down and everything, like 5 feet away from it, I'm gonna just take my pack, take off probably got a cloak on, I'm sure, and just take the cloak off, lay it kind of on the ground, just kind of like lean back against my pack, my feet kind of up, and just trying to just think, I'm just thinking about like, it's not going to be any brighter in the morning, but like everyone else is doing, just trying to retrace our steps in our mind, and just hope that I come up with that we're going in the right direction.
Okay.
That's about all I'm doing. I'm just, weapons are made sure that they're loose in the sheath and that kind of stuff.
But you're essentially sort of like starting to sort of like wind down, like relax, get your affairs in order, so to speak. All right, cool. Yeah. All right, so then we'll go to Wynyard. What are you doing to prepare for this night?
I'm getting out the flint and steel I have and kind of practicing, trying to use it to make a fire. So I'll do the same thing as, again, keeping one eye on Roger and kind of getting my pack sorted and lying down as well. I have my staff at the ready, a dagger in my belt, 1 of 5, just in case. Mumbling to myself, thinking about my spells. But yeah, if I can help to get a fire going with the flint and steel, I know it's just an automatic success if you have flint and steel, or if that can diminish our torch use,
okay,
I'll do so.
Yeah, it's your action to start a fire. You don't need to make a roll. That's fine. But it's going to require, just because of the way the game plays and the way that torch management is so important, it will still require you guys 3 torches to make it through the night. But you have, thinking sort of outside of that meta is you have some fuel to keep feeding the fire if you need to make it bigger, or if you want to have a more substantial fire. If you think about it, like a torch-based fire is probably pretty small. It still gives off that light that you need to survive out here, but it doesn't give you like a full-blown campfire. So feeding it with some fuel from the trees is probably a good idea. Now, I did bring up the Owlbear map for you guys. Right now, Roger and Glasha have torches lit, but I'm going to put a torch in the middle here as like your fire pit kind of vibe. Right here in the middle. Right there. Just so that you have a sense of where that is. Is everybody able to see the map okay? I'll bring it up on stream here too. Okay. So that was Wynyard. Wynyard, you set to work getting the fire started, it sounds like.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So mark off, I don't know how you're going to do it, but we're going to mark off 3 torches for that fire. Now this fire will last throughout the night, so you won't need to put any more torches into it.
I'll put a torch in.
Okay, so there's one from Glasha,
I could put one in.
one from Yuri,
Arthur will put one in.
and a one from Arthur. Thank you. All right, so Glasha, it is your turn.
Glasha sees everyone kind of focused inward here, and she's looking outward more for incoming baddies. She's going to go around and sort of try to snap up some sticks, make some kind of barrier around the outside, just that might trip them up, make some noise, anything like that to alert us that something is incoming. Probably sticks, since we're gathering sticks anyway.
So kind of like an alarm trap kind
like a
of
sound
idea.
alarm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy enough. You're able to do that. You find some sticks and you place them in logical locations. Do you want to mark on the map where you place those?
Sure.
Yeah, there's a little drawing tool which you're probably familiar with over on the right-hand side. It looks like a little marker. Okay, that's groovy. You're totally able to do that. Narek, how about you? Narek?
Andy.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at chat, in our Zoom chat. Narek, seeing a couple people, trying to, round up some like sticks and branches and stuff. We'll try to assist with that. Being mindful to stay within the area of light. And he's planning on just sleeping on his pack tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Backpack as a pillow kind of thing. He doesn't really have anything else.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. And last, Arthur.
Arthur will probably be the torchbearer for Glasha. We'll follow around with her as she's setting sticks up, and we'll keep a lookout as she keeps busy laying these traps.
Okay.
Try to kind of keep a lookout for anything nefarious.
Give me a wisdom check. This is going to be a normal check for you.
11.
Okay. Noted. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a time. We're going to get creative a little bit with time here. You are going to find yourselves in a space of needing rest, requiring rest. If you have any reason to, you don't have to, but probably consuming a ration here would be of use. For those of you who may have had any snafus with, say, spell casting or hit point loss, at the end of this next bit of gameplay, you will conceivably recharge those abilities and those hit points, but we'll get to that in just a minute. But as you each bed down, I'm going to have, we're going to play it out like each of you takes a bit of a watch. Okay, so we're going to go down the list here, and each of you will take a watch. And so I need Yuri to roll give me a wisdom check, please. This is going to be a normal check for Yuri. As your companions drift off to sleep, you take a watch. Okay. And it's almost immediately after you hear the first companion of yours snoring. Raise your hand if your character snores. Yep, that's what I figured. That's what I thought.
All of us.
And for some of you, I know it's not just your characters that snore. But nevertheless, as the rest of your companions drift off to sleep rather quickly, you're impressed at their ability to fall asleep in such a dangerous situation. But nevertheless, you hear the snoring, but you hear something else. You hear a rustling in the tree that's just to the north. Not the tree that's here, but maybe farther outside of the dim light that's being given off. I think we will say that these torches here are probably not lit, in that you're probably utilizing the torches that are, or the fire from the campfire at this point. So we'll just get rid of those. So your area of of awareness is slightly constricted, but you hear some movement. And as you look over, you see a small figure, not a humanoid figure, but some sort of an animal perhaps, scurry just on the edge of the firelight. It looks long, maybe 2 feet long, 4 legs, a long tail. It pays you no mind, but it scurries through the area, disappears back into the darkness. Do you do anything with that information? Now, keep in mind that everybody needs to rest in order to recharge their abilities.
I
would be next, probably, right?
Yeah, Roger's going to be the next in line for...
I peer intently into the darkness, and I kind of move closer between Roger and Galasha, and just I'm ready to wake them if I detect anything that might present a danger.
Okay. Yeah, the rest of your watch goes generally uneventful. You hear scurrying about that you maybe presume could be that creature again or something else. You hear a hoot of an owl. You hear, just the sounds of a haunted forest. Typical haunted forest sounds. Perhaps a wailing far off in the distance, but nothing that alerts you to immediate danger. And as your watch comes in, you wake up Roger.
And I tell him about what I saw earlier, so he's kind of aware. I saw some kind of small animal moving through. I didn't know if it really meant anything, so I didn't want to wake you guys.
Yeah, well, Roger just kind of mumbles something about, if small creatures in this forest are able, walking around like in the forest we used to remember, then hopefully we're pretty safe around here, because I wouldn't be seeing small creatures like that if there was danger, because everything beats everything out here. So it's probably a good sign you saw that creature and you can hear them around. If you hear nothing, that's what it's worth.
Well, I also heard some wailing off in the distance.
We'll deal with that if it happens. But so Roger's gonna get his bow and arrow and take watch. Probably, he's probably not gonna sit the whole time. He's probably gonna be up pacing around, looking, hearing, and listening for noises. Kind of like the French knights in the castle and Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Okay, give me a wisdom check. This will be a normal check for you.
All right.
Target's a 12.
Okay, come on. Give me a good roll this time. 14.
Very nice. You listen intently, your head darting from side to side of the campsite, feeling a sense of responsibility for your companions, some of who are extremely new to the Shadowdark, others who have ventured out here before, but you're starting to form this really, I guess, special bond with some of these people. It's not often that people in this Grimhollow fend for each other, fight for each other, save each other's lives. It's a very kind of a dog eat dog kind of scenario, but so you feel this sense of responsibility, and you listen intently and you hear nothing but just normal sounds of, again, this strange haunted forest. They don't make you feel as if you're back home and feel good about it. It feels dangerous. Every time you hear something crunch, you're ready to loose an arrow, but nothing seems to come from the darkness to directly threaten you at this moment.
All right. Well, he's just basically going to wait until, he's maybe in the back of his mind, Shadowdark, he's been counting, ticking off time, so to speak, find some way to keep cadence with the time. And then he'll go and quietly wake up Wynyard.
Okay.
And when he does, he's going to say to him, he's like, I made these the last time for my last excursion out to that evil tower, and I never did anything with them. Roger had the last time, and I put it in the chat in my little things that I had done. He had used wool from his cloak, scraped wool, and paraffin wax from candles, and he's made little earplugs for everybody. So he's going to give Winter a pair. I don't know if it's going to work, if it's going to help. I did hear something about watch out for the banshee type screaming, that kind of fun
That's
stuff.
right.
It might help. And he just hands Winter a pair of these, homemade earplugs with wax and wool. And he tells them I'm going to give everybody, theirs when they wake up, so that
Okay.
maybe a defense against, any kind of siren.
The voices protect you against the voices.
The voices are in my head anyways.
All right, Wynyard, as you take your watch, why don't you give me a wisdom check as well, as you're listening intently for any sort of disturbance. This will be a normal check. 12 is your target.
17 all up.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So you're listening intently. You hear things that are moving about the forest, but nothing pressing. Nothing seems to have yet triggered a direct response. And your watch goes rather uneventful. You hear no voices, even though Roger keeps telling you about these voices that he hears. You hear none of that. And you go ahead and wake up Glasha next.
Okay. I gently wake her up.
Smart.
Very
Yep, very
carefully.
smart.
Carefully and gently.
Yep.
Glasha's hand uncurls briefly from Tess, the great axe that she carries, and has carved in a K at the bottom to denote its previous owner. Picks it up, and she will do a very tight circle around the group, just over and over and over, staring out into the darkness and listening for, again, the wailing and the shrieking.
Right. Give me a wisdom check, please. Normal difficulty. Nice.
16.
You're pacing about the perimeter of the firelight. And it's uncanny because as you pass by the area where you had laid down a bit of an alarm trap sticks in this area here, you find that they are somehow not there. As you stop to examine that spot with a kind of a quizzical look, you hear a voice. Glasha, come to us, child. Join us in the darkness. It is your destiny. Now is the time. Slay the priest and show your fealty to Ramlot. You hear these whispers from all different directions.
I take a moment. I've got Tess in one hand, looking at my other hand. Is it fading out? Am I fully solid?
Your body?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look down and you can see the shadows swirling all around your arm and your torso, your legs. It's swirling along the shaft of Tess up to the blade of Tess, and it's more than you've seen before.
But I'm still
More of the
solid.
shadow, as best you can tell. You can
Well, then-
hit your chest and it's there. You're hitting something.
I will not shout, but just say in a normal Glasha voice, I'm not killing anybody tonight.
You hear no
Don't
response.
talk to me again.
You hear no response. And your watch comes to an end otherwise uneventful. I mean, aside from the voice that's calling out to you to kill your companion, to please your god. The next in the order is Narek, the priest.
Narek is up. He kind of just starts taking kind of slow paces around the camp, and he's just gonna be kind of whispering prayers to Ord, to himself, while he's doing his watch.
Okay. Give me a wisdom roll. This will be a normal roll for you.
I have not rolled above a 5 tonight.
Nope, that's great. That's right where I want you. You're whispering your prayers. You're saying these prayers to Ord, trying to invoke some level of protection or some divine intervention to keep you alive. And you hear a voice from behind you. Or maybe it's in front of you, maybe it's to the side, maybe it's above you, maybe it's below you. It's hard to say. Maybe it's in your fucking head. It says, "Those prayers won't save you here, priest."
When he hears that, he's going to pull his dagger.
You look around intently as you have your dagger drawn. And that's when you feel it. You feel something slide across your chest. It slides up to your neck. Let me get a quick dice roll here. Well, that's a 19 on the die. Yeah. You feel this tight constriction of a vine wrap itself around your chest, coming back around your neck, coming back around, and as you open your mouth to gasp and call for help, it covers your mouth and gags you and starts to pull you into the darkness. And at that same moment, you look across from the other side and you see these blue hovering orbs come in to the camp where your friends are. They're hovering, these blue energy balls that are coming towards your companions.
Can he try to call out, or?
You will be unable to call out because
swing?
you are fully gagged, but what I would like you to do now that you have been gagged is to roll initiative.
All right.
We'll have everybody roll initiative, actually, because this is going to escalate probably pretty quickly. And I will ask you for your initiative roll in just a second.
Could I trash these dice somehow?
You can use your luck point to re-roll your initiative if you'd like. Ooh, I rolled a 19.
You know what? I'm not going to use it yet.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it right now. All right, 25 to 20.
Come on, it was a 19.
15 to 20.
18
Roger.
for Glasha.
What do you got?
I got 18.
18 for Glasha. Anyone else?
Roger.
15 to 20.
Roger's got a 17.
Okay. 10 to 15.
11.
13.
13 for Wynyard.
11 for Yuri.
Thank you. 5 to 10.
10 for Arthur.
Eric got a 5.
10 for Arthur. And 5 for... Oh, dude. 5 for Narek.
What did Arthur have?
10.
10. All right, so at the top of the order, are these creatures that have come into the space. Oh man. All right, so this thing is looming behind you, Narek. It has you completely wrapped up, and it is going to make a crushing attack on you. And it will have advantage on this attack because you are already bound in its embrace.
Damn.
Loving.
Yep. It's loving embrace, exactly. However, I rolled an 8. Wait, hold on. The die is an 8. It's a 12. What's your armor class?
12.
Okay, if it meets, it beats. So you're going to take... Oof. 8 points of damage.
Oh.
He's out.
Oh,
I
no.
used my luck point.
Oh, no. Well, here's the thing. What's your con bonus?
-2.
All right. Now, here's the deal: is I roll a d4 for you when you go down, and that's the number of rounds that your character has until they're dead. Okay. If you want, I'm not telling you what to do, but if you want me to re-roll this d4, you want to use your luck point, I'll let you do it, and I will take the better of the 2 rolls.
Better for Dave.
No, better for Narek. Better for Narek. Yeah. I mean, it might be your only chance to use it unless someone is somehow wakes up and helps you.
All right.
Okay. You sure? I don't want to pressure you into it, but I don't know what else you're going to do.
After you roll, right?
I already did roll. I don't have to tell,
Yeah,
and I don't have to tell you.
You're not going to know what it is.
Yep. But I will take the better of the 2 rolls if you want.
Sure, yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. All right.
So fuck.
Yep. All right.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, that thing is pulling you. That thing is pulling you into the darkness. So I'm going to bring you just a little bit closer to the edge. Like right about there. Meanwhile, these 3 things. I need all right. Here we go. There's gonna be this. So basically, Narek, as you're being pulled away, gagged, you drop to the ground. Whoa. These things float over and basically hover on top of your companions. Of course, you don't see this because you're out. But Glasha, this first one is going to try and life drain you.
What?
Yeah. That is a total of 21. This is going to wake you up, okay? You are going to take a total of... You're going to take a total of 1 damage to your constitution. Your constitution is reduced by 1.
Okay, I felt that before.
And then Yuri, this one is going to be trying to life drain you. That's probably going to hit with a 19.
Yeah.
You are going to be life drained for 1 con as well, 1 point of constitution. And Arthur. Oh, that was so close to a natural 20. 13?
Yep.
Still got you? Okay.
Yep.
Ouch.
2 points of con. This wakes the 3 of you up. It's a silent attack, but you feel this intense pain as it draws life from your prone bodies, and it wakes you up. Glasha, it happens to be your turn. You are on the ground, and you see as your eyes open, you feel this searing pain. You see this blue orb that's sort of like in front of your eyes. What would you like to do?
In front of my eyes. Okay. I see stuff's going on. Could I take stock of the situation?
Yeah, you're fucked.
Before I swing at it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. What kind of stock are you looking for?
I mean, like, what's happening within the party? Like,
Okay.
how many are attacking us, and what are the numbers? Just standard.
Hard to tell.
soldier
All of
fighter
that is
stuff.
really hard to tell because as you come to, as I mentioned, it's like it's obscuring your vision. You're like looking into this strange. It's almost like someone put a helmet on you with like strobe lights inside of it.
I can't whack it off and see my priest being dragged off.
You can do whatever you like. This is a fantasy game.
I would like to try to whack it off and take stock.
Okay. All right.
Phrasing. That's all right.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll
Okay.
or a whack roll, whatever you prefer.
Well, yep, we're gonna. Well, I sleep with Tess in one hand.
I mean,
could
like you do.
Just kind of try to whack it like that with Tess.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. That's my whack roll right there.
Yes. Do it.
Well,
Doing the whack.
Do it.
Give him the kiss of Tess.
It's a 12.
A 12, you say?
Yes.
A 12 is not gonna cut it. As you try to swing, it's sort of awkward because it's like at your head. You don't want to you're trying not to cut your own head off, basically.
Yeah, I don't need any more damage to
Yeah.
the face either.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, right, exactly. You got to protect that
careful
moneymaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to do anything else, Glasha? I guess the only other thing you could do is you could always say something and you can move.
I can't see where I'm going, but I will say, we're being attacked. We're being attacked.
Okay. That is good because that in effect wakes everybody up. So everybody is going to be awake now for this. And we will go to Roger next. Roger, you wake up and you look at the sound of Glasha's voice, and you can see that there is something in the air, some blue orb that's just bobbing above her, almost as if it's like attached to her head.
Do I hear or see Narek being dragged away? Do I catch that? I mean, I'm over on that side of the.
Yeah, you could. You could. I would say that you probably don't hear anything except for the call. If you wanted to take stock of the situation, you could make a wisdom check.
No, you know what? I'm gonna be like, play it just like it is. My character literally just woke up. I hear Glasha yelling. Instinctively, I look to her voice, and I'm seeing this blue thing.
Yep.
Well, my sword is always at the ready next to me. I don't know. Should I roll a 50% chance? Do I shoot at it with my bow and arrow? Or do I charge it with a sword? Just kidding. Roger's just gonna grab his sword and come over here and literally try to get himself in a position where he can just it's in front of her face. He's just gonna try to whack.
Yeah.
He sees her trying to hit it with Tess, and my brain just thinks, okay, she's not worried about getting cut in the face. All right, let's try this.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. She's already been dead. Now don't miss.
Worried about that.
Don't miss.
All right, let's do this. D20 plus 2. Oh yeah, 15.
15 definitely hits. Roll some damage, please.
Okay, that's a D8.
Nice.
5 points of damage.
5 points. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Okay.
And I'm just kind of freaking out. I'm like, what?
All right. I love it. Yeah, you do well on that hit as you can see the glow kind of fades momentarily, but then springs back to life. Wynyard, you are pulling yourself up to your feet as you jump up from the sound.
Wynyard would look around in confusion and fear and try to take stock of the situation.
All right,
I actually see Narek being dragged away.
I will say yes. You can see as you look around, you see Glasha being attacked by something. You see that Arthur, as he's waking up, has this blue orb attached to his face. Yuri the same. And then you're like Narek, and you look to the north, and you can see that he is enwrapped by this creature that looks like some sort of a humanoid-like vine creature, a vine golem, if you will. And it is dragging him close to. You can tell that he will be disappeared into the Shadowdark if something isn't done.
I'm gonna fumble and whisper some arcane eldritch phrases and snap my fingers back and out of one right hand fire a magic missile at the creature that is pulling Narek away.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Here we go. D20, right? Okay, yeah. Mhm.
Oh, damn.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. All right, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
You can either roll double dice or roll the dice for damage and double that. Whatever you prefer to do. It's totally up to
I guess I
you.
have to tell you beforehand.
Yep, you do have to tell me ahead of time.
I'll double this die I'm about to roll.
Okay.
D4.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay, so for 4 points of damage all up.
Okay, 4 points of damage on this creature.
Nice.
All right.
Eesh.
Okay.
And I guess I'm going. I can move as well, yes?
Yes, you can, and you can say something epic, or not
I'm
epic. You
gonna-
can say. You can always say something.
I'm gonna scream. Ah! I'm gonna run towards Narek and
Hmm.
and
There
try to
you
grab
go.
hold of him.
Okay. All right. On the next turn, you'll be able to attempt to like grab him and pull him free or something of that nature if you want
Okay.
to. Okay. Very
Dragged
cool.
into the dark.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. We'll go next to Yuri. Yuri, you have this blue orb attached to your face.
Can I like reach up and try to push it away,
Sure. Yeah.
and at the same time maybe roll over towards the fire and grab one of the torches and try to jam it into it?
You could do. I would say you can probably do the push away and then do the torch thing on your next turn.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Yep. Yeah. So go ahead and give me a let's call it a dex roll. And this will be we'll call this a normal roll. So DC is going to be 12. You're basically trying to get away from it. Hey, what's up, Doc Shoulder? Thanks for the cheering us along. Hey, there's Kirk. What was the
Rolled
total?
An 8.
An 8. Yeah, it's not, you didn't quite get away from it. As you kind of like roll to the side, it just seems like it's almost attached to you. It's following you. Arthur.
I think also getting up and trying to shake his head and the light not fleeing will probably pull out the wand of protection, I guess, and try
Okay.
to cast it on himself to maybe that'll cause it to leave.
Okay. Let's get a wand roll. Don't roll a 1.
Too soon.
Aw.
Too soon?
Still a failure. So
Yeah.
it's not gonna work. But yep.
Yeah, if you roll a 1 on a wand usage, it breaks the wand. And if you are, well, you're not a mishaps kind of guy, are you? Yeah, we rolled mishaps
Oh,
last time.
this mishaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, there's mishaps.
He's a
It's
mishaps kind.
He's a mishaps kind of guy.
With the wand not working as well, we'll probably get up and try to just move a little bit, and maybe it'll leave me alone. I don't know. But,
Well, maybe, but maybe
no,
not.
that's on my face. Okay, that's it for Arthur. I had to try it.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. That was.
Oh,
All right, Narek, you have an opportunity here to roll a natural 20 and be
Oh,
up with
boy.
1 hit point. So let's see what you got.
Well, I changed dice just in case it matters.
Smart. It always matters. Oh, so close.
best
All
roll of the
right.
night,
So
though.
you're
Actually
still.
rolled above a 10. Yeah.
Yeah,
That is your
yeah,
best
that's a
roll
good
of the
trend.
night.
That's a
my
good
best
trend.
roll of the night.
Oh man. All right. So you don't come
Probably
back.
switch my dice
You don't
over.
come back to consciousness. So you are in your state of affairs, as it were. Now this creature is going to try to. It's actually going to try to go after Wynyard. So it's going to move back this way, and it is going to make an attack. It's going to try to wrap itself around you. Let's see. Where's my dice roller? There it is.
Goodbye.
Well, you never know. Let's see. Plus
No.
4.
Goodbye.
17.
That's a hit.
Okay, so you are currently grappled. It's not going to be able to put its crushing attack on you until next turn, but you are caught in its grapple along with your companion Narek, who does not look good as you kind of catch a quick glimpse, and then you feel this constriction around your torso. It's almost like it's trying to squeeze you in half and pop you.
But do I notice that Narek's alive? I mean, unconscious but breathing, perhaps? Not dead.
Hard to tell. I mean, this is like
Okay.
you're being lifted off the ground by this creature's
Okay.
tentacles, this vine-like tentacles. All right, so let's get some attacks from these will-o-wisps. The first one is on Glasha.
Oof.
Dirty 20 for 2 Constitution damage.
Wow,
Ouch.
Jesus.
I know these guys are rough. Yuri, 19
Oof.
God, these things get +3 to hit.
for 1 con damage. And Arthur, a 7 is not going to hit you. It chase as you like run across
Was
the
that running
campsite.
away?
It's like
That was it.
chase.
That ran
Exactly.
just enough.
You gotta run. In the Shadowdark, you gotta run. That's always a good idea. All right, so that is its turn. Glasha, what you gonna do?
Glasha is gonna, I mean, it's still right here, so she's gonna, she's still prone, I suspect. Oh, she's
Yes.
not actually
Yeah, you
gotten
didn't get up yet. Right.
Could she try just kind of rolling on the ground and like rolling her face across the ground to kind of like just force it to come off?
Sure. Give me a dex roll. This will be a normal roll for you. Target's 12.
Yeah. It's like a head slam.
Stop, drop, and roll is what I'm doing.
Exactly. Everybody knows that one. When attacked by a will-o-wisp.
Slam your head on the-
No,
What's your total?
it was 11.
Oh, it does not work. That thing
I'm
is
really,
it's
really
on
wiping
you
my head
like
on the
white on
ground.
rice. Yeah. Just rubbing your face in the dirt as
Yeah,
best you
just
can.
everything.
Ugh, sorry, Glasha. Roger, you see this, and it's a little bit amusing, honestly. If it wasn't
It
for,
is
for the
not.
fact that this is so deadly,
Don't
you
bring
might,
it down.
you might giggle a little bit. But you know how serious this is. What do you want to do?
You're gonna love this. I literally see her like Lasha like thrashing on the ground trying to get this thing off, like almost like practically like headbutting the ground to try to bang this thing. And so Roger's got his sword in his hand. Roger's like, hold still, Lasha. He's literally gonna like put his booted foot up against like the side, like to keep Lasha from moving to get a good shot at this thing. He's just gonna go.
All right.
He's gonna try to whack him. I got lucky with the first hit.
Hey,
So I
look, you
got
know
my
what?
foot. If I hit anything, I'm hitting my foot, not Glasha.
You know what I'm
so
going
glad
to
I
do?
can't see this.
I'm going to do for that, Roger, I'm going to give you advantage.
Nice.
Okay, I need my visions of dread here.
All I can see is
So it's a
blue.
D20 plus 2. Where do I? Oh, advantage. Okay, click advantage. Roll. Oh, I got a 19.
19, you hit. Give me damage roll, please.
6.
6 points of damage. As you swing through this thing, it disappears. Just dissipates. The energy just dissipates into the ether.
And I just comment, I'm like, are you okay? And that's my turn.
All right.
Actually, my turn would be, I turn to look to see if there's another one, because I've only seen this one.
Yeah, there's 2 more you can see now clearly. One on Yuri, one chasing Arthur across the campsite. And that brings us to Wynyard. Wynyard, you are being pulled into this creature's embrace as the vine-like tentacles are wrapping themselves around you, and one is about to come up. One's going around your neck, the other one's about to come up over your mouth, just like it has your companion, Narek. What do you want to do?
Wynyard's flailing. He's trying to rip the stuff off him. If there's anything he can do to get out of its embrace, I suppose he can't cast a spell because he's probably bound by the creature. Is that true?
What spell?
Mage armor.
I would say that you could this would be the time that you could get it done if you wanted to get it done, because that thing is going to wrap itself around your mouth. And my guess is that this at least has some vocal or verbal component to the casting of a mage armor.
Sure. It's either that or try to get out of its embrace, but I'm gonna cast mage armor.
Okay, let's get a cast roll, please. Target's going to be an 11 because this is a tier 1 spell.
Yeah.
Heyo.
So 13.
Yeah, it works. So you. What does it look like when you cast the spell?
I'm all of a sudden covered by this incredible like looking plate armor, which is but the plate armor it's really just on my kneecaps and on my shoulders and on my chest. These little like pasties.
Nice.
I'm still working the spell out.
Nipple armor. I love it. Okay.
It's important.
Yeah, it really is. And in some states it's required. All right. Very cool. So you cast this. It bumps
Don't
your
touch the
AC
dancer.
up to 14, right? So you have a 14 AC
Yeah,
now.
up to 14.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay. Smart move. All right, Yuri. This thing's on you. What do you want to do, buddy? You got to do something here.
When I tried to get it off earlier, it was substantial enough that I could do some damage to it if I hit it with something.
Yeah, you get the sense that you need to attack this thing.
I'm gonna reach out for a torch out of the fire and just jam it into it.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a strength check. And the difficulty is going to be the armor class of this creature.
Oof.
2.
Give me a D6 roll.
Actually,
1 through
I wanna use
3.
More
luck
than
point.
that one.
Okay.
I wanna use-
All right. You can use it. Use your luck point. I think that's a smart move because that was going to get pretty ugly.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Nice.
That
19.
hits. Yep, that's much better. Smart move. Smart use of the luck point. Roll some
How
damage.
much damage does that do?
We will say it is going to be a D4 damage.
Okay. 2 points of damage.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you reach over. At first, you miss the torch as you reach for it, and then you reach again. You grab it and you bring it back and just graze it through this orb of light, and you can see that it reacts and it like flinches as you hit it with this light, and the light on the end of the torch just flares really bright as you do that. Nice one. All right, Arthur.
I think I know the technique now is to quickly move the head and then strike at it. So I'm gonna try with a short sword.
It's like, how close of a shave do you want, sir?
Yep.
Shadow box.
Yeah.
The natural 20.
Ayo.
There you go.
See?
Very nice. Very nice.
I will roll 2 dice for this.
All right.
Nice.
When you're the Narek over there, you're like, yeah, good job. You're getting dragged away.
We're doing great.
Keep it up.
What's the total damage?
Total of 6.
Okay.
And then it'll be another like 5-foot step away, kind of, and
And it just stays on you. It follows you. Yeah, that's great. Okay, Narek, give me a D20 roll, please.
Come on, there.
Man.
Do bits count as an advantage by
No.
any chance?
Nope.
Okay. All right, here we go.
You need a natural 20.
Ooh,
That was close.
so no
That
surprise.
was very close. All right. So you're still unconscious.
Oh my god.
Top of the order. This
Apparently a lot.
creature is going to try to give you a grapple attack now, or excuse me, what is it called? The constrict attack. Constriction. So let's do that.
On Wynyard?
Yeah, on Wynyard. Sorry.
Okay.
15. Just hits.
That
Yep.
hits it. Yeah, with my mage armor too.
Oh shit!
Your
I'm
nipples
rolling
are great,
high
right?
damage. Yeah, your nipples are safe, but I just rolled an 8.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
Uh-oh.
No.
All right. I'm gonna roll your D4 for you.
Okay.
Okay.
What's your con bonus?
Yeah. Do you have a con bonus?
Yeah, it's +2.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's pretty damn
We got at
good.
least 3 rounds to live.
I feel like my body just relaxed a little bit hearing that.
I'm so tense right now. It's not funny.
Yep. Well, we already lost Andy. All right.
Yeah.
That brings
camera
us
people, there
to Yuri.
With a swing at
Or
it
no,
again with
sorry,
the torch.
that's not right, is it? No.
No.
That was
what?
that was me. It's at the top there. That was me. All right.
Gotcha.
Sorry. Yeah, these other guys need to attack you guys. I jumped
No,
ahead of
they don't.
myself. Well, they should though. Yuri, this one's going to attack you. And let's see, where is it? There we go. I almost missed having my own fun. Dirty 20. Jesus, guys, this is the TPK that. Oh my God, another 8.
Uh-oh.
This is the TPK that someone in chat, Ball37, predicted. Yuri, are you still up?
Ball 37.
Wait,
Is
so
it-
a wisp did that?
Or is it supposed to be like 1d4?
Oh,
for
yeah. You're right. Sorry, it's
Con
1d4. It's
thing.
1d4. Thank God.
con damage?
Thank God. Holy shit. All right.
I
So
got
yeah,
real
3.
sweaty.
I know, me
Yeah.
I'm
too.
sweaty right
My
now.
palms
So-
are sweating.
I have a
too.
question.
3 points of con.
I have
Yeah.
a question.
Yep.
When it does con damage, that doesn't detract from our hit points.
Correct. It's detracting from your con score.
So if it goes down to like a -3 or something like that, it's not going to affect.
What's your con?
Yep. Well, right now I'm at 4,
Okay.
but it's not
Yeah.
affecting my hit points because of the negative con, right?
Correct. Let me know when
Okay.
you get to 0 con though.
Your con is at 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only 9 to begin
Taking
with.
3 hits.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So that's that one. Thank you for the reminder. All right. And here's the other one on Arthur. And I don't think that's going to hit Arthur.
Back
That's
up.
only a set.
That's the
That's
way
only
to
an
do
8. Yep. You got to run. All right. Now it's Glash's turn.
Okay, well, now I'm standing up and taking stock because I can see. So I assume I can see this creature dragging 2 of my people out into the dark.
Yep.
I will begin the war cry from deep in my stomach. And with Tess in 2 hands, go running across here and can you remind me that it's got tentacles on both of these people, or
They're
is
both
it-
completely wrapped in tentacles, both of them around their necks, crushing them. And they both look limp.
Obviously
Okay.
unconscious, yeah.
Well, okay, so Glasha doesn't actually know who has, been out longest or anything. She's gonna
Hmm.
probably just come running right up. They both look like crap.
Hmm.
She knows Wynyard, so she's gonna run up and do a whack on the tentacle that's on him right now.
Okay. All right. Give me an attack roll, please. If you here, I'll make a deal with you. If you want to try to sever that piece of the vine to free your
Mhm.
friend,
Yeah.
you can make a targeted attack. I'll let you do a targeted attack like that, but it'll be a disadvantage.
Oh,
It'll be
okay,
a
so
roll at disadvantage.
I don't want to roll at disadvantage.
Okay.
Then I will just take a hack at the
Yeah.
creature.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Here we go. Seriously?
No.
I don't know if that's going to do it. What's the total?
That's an 8 total. I rolled a
Yeah,
2.
that doesn't quite cut it,
I
unfortunately.
regret making all that noise now because everyone's looking at me making a fool of myself.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's
all right,
okay.
Chris,
Don't worry about it. All right, Roger. You watch Glasha howling as she races across. You now look back and you can see that this vine creature has both Narek and Wynyard in its grasps. What do you do? You also see Yuri and Arthur dealing with these glowing orbs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over. Yuri's right there. I figure. I look at Glasha. I see the axe flailing, but I can't tell if she's connecting or not. And I'm gonna go over to help Yuri. I'm gonna take a swipe. Now that I've done it a couple times with these things, I'm gonna take a swipe at this one. I'm gonna maneuver myself to a position where I can, try to do it as safe as possible.
Okay.
Is it actually attached to him, or is it following him?
It's like right on him. Don't miss.
Okay. I'm gonna rock and kill everybody today. So I have a luck point, so I can use that if I get a really bad roll.
That's reassuring.
Okay. A 15 total.
Hits. Roll damage. Oh,
I hit it for 5.
okay. Okay, it's still glowing. It's still attached to Yuri.
These things are powerful.
Yeah, these things suck.
As I'm
That's
doing
terrible.
that,
Yeah.
I'm shouting out to Arthur, like, stop playing with it and kill it.
Ah,
All right, that brings us to Wynyard. Give me a D20, Wynyard, as
yeah.
I tick down your timer.
Yep.
Oh, that was close. That's so close. Yuri.
I'm gonna swing at it again with the torch.
Yeah, you're gonna want to
See if
hit
I
it.
can-
You're gonna want to hit
I'll
it.
try to hit it. Yeah.
Yep. Give me a strength check against its armor class.
Hmm.
11.
Doesn't connect, unfortunately. This thing is on you, and you're waving as Roger comes in and slices at it. That you're waving the torch around and not seemingly doing a whole lot. Do you want to move or do anything else? Or do you want to stay put?
I'll dive into the fire with my face.
Oh shit!
You can do that if you want.
Yes.
That's desperation.
I
You're
mean,
gonna-
either I'm gonna die or. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna take a header into the campfire.
Yes.
Oh my god, Roger's just like looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing?
All right. All right. I like it. Look, here's what we're gonna do. Roll a d4.
D4.
This damage is gonna apply to you and this thing.
2 points.
2
And I'm at
points.
0.
You're at 0?
That's not a con.
Yes.
No, that's not con
No.
damage though.
No, I'm
That's
at
it.
0 hit points.
Okay. Give me a d4. Or no, I rolled a d4 for you.
Face out of
I
fire.
thought weren't
Oh
you,
no.
What were your total hit points?
Do you have a
What's the
con
negative?
bonus? You don't have a con bonus anymore.
It's a
Yeah.
negative now.
That's a -3.
Yeah, you don't count negative with it.
Yeah, we won't count negatives
Oh.
for this. Yeah.
How are you taking damage? I thought it was only dealing con damage to you.
So did I. That's why I'm
I
confused.
just jumped into the
Oh,
fire.
because he stuck his head into the
He
fire.
just went in
No,
the
but
fire.
How many hit points did you start with? Oh, 2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Come on, Roger. Play your game. Let him play his.
Shadowdark. Come on.
Yeah.
Shadowdark.
All right.
I'll make sure that
He's a
now.
noob.
Yeah, not a problem. All right. So that was Yuri. We have 3 characters down right now. We've got Yuri down, we've got Winyard down, and we've got Narek down. That's not good. However, I will say this. Here's the good news, guys, is that as Yuri dove into the fire and lit himself on fire and basically killed himself, this thing also died. Or at least it disappeared and is no longer with us. Arthur, it's your turn.
Well done.
Exactly.
Is it though?
No.
It's a
Total
sad day.
sarcasm.
So I'm just laying there with my head in the fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Arthur is going to get very frustrated at Roger. And, well, if such an inconvenience, you should just help. And we'll do the same motion.
Okay.
Try to take it down.
Yep.
Mm.
That's 5.
Do you have a luck point?
I do, and it's really dumb, but I'm gonna do it because I need this to be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's nothing.
What were
This
you
is a
attacking
table
with?
flip.
What were you attacking with?
Short sword.
Fuck this.
I'm sorry to say, but as you do that, you trip on whatever's at your feet. The sword hits the ground, hits a rock, and shatters, breaking the sword in half.
What?
Oh boy, guys, this is going from bad to worse.
It's like
Oh.
the Three Stooges.
Do you want to
battle.
move?
That's
Do you want to
it.
run away?
Uh,
You can still run.
How fast can you run? We don't even know where we're going.
it's a tried and true tactic. I need to at least get my 5 feet of movement because it'll miss me. So
Okay.
that's it.
All right. This is getting really ugly. Narek, go ahead and give me, as I tick down your ticker, go ahead and give me a D20 roll. All you need is a nat 20.
That's all you need. So easy.
How? Okay, I don't know how many rounds I have left, though, right?
No, you don't.
You can't have hardly any more.
Indeed.
No.
Ugh.
Okay. All right. Not looking good. So this creature is going to take a swing at Glasha with with another one of its tentacles. Let's do D20. 14?
14 hits.
Oh, geez. Now, it doesn't do damage on this turn, but it is starting to wrap itself around you and constrict you. So you are, for all intents and purposes, you're grappled. That doesn't mean you can't make attacks in your next turn. That just means that it is basically, it's fixing to do the same thing it did to your companions to you. But luckily, it's,
And they
well,
look so great.
let's see.
Yeah.
This thing's still on Arthur. Let's see what it does. That is only a 13, Arthur.
That does it. It hits.
Okay, so that's going to do D4 con damage. 2 more con damage.
Yep.
Where's your con at right now?
6.
Okay. Glasha.
Glasha would like to try to break the grapple. She's got that grit. So
Strength check with
she
advantage.
Could do yep.
All right. This will be a contested strength check. So you get to roll with advantage. I will roll a single die and add my strength. Okay.
20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Well, I rolled a
Got the
19 only.
Sweet.
It is
It's
a
like an
battle.
Olympic battle.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, are we on the same script again? Do we get our scripts messed up? All right. Yeah, you break the grapple. Do you want to move away or do you want to stay engaged with this thing?
Stay engaged.
I love it.
No.
What a hero. Roger, what are you going to do?
You're a good person, but you're gonna die.
Rogers.
The good people always do.
That's a quote for sure.
Roger's gonna run over here and take a swipe at the one that's on Arthur.
All right, give me an attack roll. Don't miss.
I just like the fact that Yuri's like face down and burning in
Oh
the
my
fire.
God.
I'm using my luck point. I'm
Oh,
re-rolling that.
Are you
We
sure
need
you
to
want
just
to?
leave. We need to
Yes.
just leave.
I don't need to hurt anybody except myself.
Wow.
And that'll be a 14.
A 14, my friend, is going to hit. If it meets, it beats.
What was a miss actually? Oh, that's
6
6 points damage. As you slice through this narrowly avoiding Arthur's face, you destroy that thing and it is gone.
As
It
I'm
dissipates.
swinging, I lock eyes with Arthur and I just give him a wink. I just slice right through it.
Okay. Arthur, you open your eyes wide as you see the blade swinging past and this thing just, the blue energy just dissipates. You now both turn and look and you can see that there is a massive creature that is entangling your companions to the north. Do you want to move at all, Raj?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I corner my eye, I'm seeing Glasha the whole time.
Get the shit up here.
And I'm literally running up to here. I'm gonna try to attract its attention.
Okay. All right. That brings us to Wynyard. Give me a D20 roll, Wynyard, as I knock down your timer. D20 is all you need.
Nope.
Nope. All right.
I'm keeping track though.
Yuri?
I do.
Yuri,
Yeah,
give me a
one
D20
more.
roll as I knock yours down. Come on, D20. Or natural 20. Almost. All right. Ugly. This
There's
is
a lot of
ugly.
19s looking
This
for
is ugly.
20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really are. They're in the neighborhood. They just
Been
can't
3.
quite find the address.
Ugh.
Arthur, what are you going to do, buddy?
Arthur is super annoyed at Roger, but looks over to see Yuri like almost still in the fire,
Oh, yeah.
not moving. We'll
Yep.
go and actually try to kind of roll him slightly away and try to stabilize him.
Okay, yeah, you can pull him out of the fire. You see that his face is completely burnt, singed by the flame,
Jesus.
disfigured for sure. Give me an intelligence check. 15 is the difficulty. That's your target to stabilize.
And that's a 15.
Oh,
Nice.
shit. All right.
So good.
Okay.
First of all, I
Nice.
will tell you that Yuri is now stabilized. He is not dead. So you have that. Yuri is still alive and is stabilized, but is at 0 hit points, basically, is unconscious. But not dying anymore. So that's good. But you are horribly disfigured. Just making sure that you know that. I just want you to know there's a downside. There's a downside to this. You are disfigured. Okay.
Not really, but horribly disfigured.
Yep. Narek, give me a D20 roll as I count down your ticker. You could, if you roll a natural 20,
Still in this, huh?
that's a good roll.
I know, it's
It's
amazing.
amazing.
For now. Okay, here we go.
Almost.
So,
Almost. All right. Back to the top of the order. This thing is going to make an attack at Glasha. Oh, Glasha. D20 roll.
Like me, huh?
It's basically going to try to smack you with its
Oh,
tendril this
sorry.
time. So that is
smacked.
you got vine smacked. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
22.
That's-
D6 smack
Leave
roll.
a mark.
5
All
5
right.
points of smack damage. That is its attack. It is going to just squeeze the other two. You can see, as you look over, you can see Narek, blood starting to drip from his eyeballs, his eyes kind of like bulging out, lifeless, unconscious, but blood just coming out of his ears, his nose, his eyes. Same thing with your other companion, Wynyard, as he's being squeezed like a little cherry tomato. Let's go to Glasha next.
Do they look dead? Is this dumb?
They don't look good.
I'm gonna. Okay. This goes against everything Glasha believes in. She wants
Yes.
to keep fighting.
Yes.
No, it's not what you think. She is going to try a little chirurgeon action on who's right next to her?
Like Wynyard?
On Wynyard.
Okay.
So
You're going to try to stabilize him while he is being grasped by this thing. I'm going to go ahead and say that because you're a Chirurgeon, usually that would be a 15 roll, but I'm going to make it a 12. It'll bump it down because you have that background, right? As a
Yep.
as a
that
Chirurgeon.
is my
Yep.
background.
Yeah,
Yep.
so 12 is your target to stabilize. If Wynyard is still alive, of course.
Or
Got a luck point.
I don't have a luck point.
No, she doesn't.
Didn't
All right.
do the thing.
Does anybody have a luck point?
I used mine.
I don't think anybody has one to donate for that roll, sadly.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
I'm so frustrated right now.
Do you want to say anything?
Ah! That's all I say. I've got orc rage
Orc
flowing
rage.
through my veins,
All right,
and a little bit of
Raj.
Ramlot.
Raj, you know you don't want to get too close to Glasha right now because she's very frustrated with things.
I can't even tell what she's trying to do, and I just rage in my eyes. Need a little smoke coming out of them, and I'm gonna hack at this thing.
Okay.
Keep my luck going.
Oh,
Is that your luck?
No,
It's just your luck.
no.
Hmm.
I'm
These
worried about
dice
what
are
Glasha's doing.
Stupid.
Yeah, these dice are screwing y'all. All right, you swing and you totally miss this thing as it is shifting and getting into a better position as it sees additional attackers coming. That's Roger's turn. Wynyard, I'm gonna knock
Make a
your
roll.
timer down. Give me a D20.
nope.
That's not gonna do it. Yuri. Tell me, Yuri, what in your mind's eye, as you are laying there unconscious, having just been brought back, possibly from the brink of death, what is Yuri, what's going through his mind right now?
Does he realize he's horribly disfigured?
Not yet. That we're gonna save that reveal till later to really
You
grind it in.
you never do right away. Trust me.
Yeah,
This is okay.
it takes time.
He's thinking back to before he came to the Grimhollow and how he's laying on the riverbank doing some fishing.
Yep. It was a good day. It was a really good day. And then
The last
suddenly
good day.
Had some smooth skin.
you found yourself in Grimhollow for some strange reason. It was probably when you dipped your hand and you saw something sparkling in the water and you looked down and you reached down and grabbed it with your hand. It was a ring. And you put the ring on your finger and
Disappeared.
suddenly you were transported to this strange place of Grimhollow. But sadly the ring was gone. You kind of got screwed on that deal. All right, Arthur.
No weapon in hand. Will run forward and seeing Glasha frustrated and yelling,
Don't get too close.
because I know, but she really wants to swing at something, so he'll kind of come towards Wynyard and say, just worry about the thing. And I guess, do you think Arthur would be able to get in and could he attempt to stabilize, or do you think he needs to break him free, or break Wynyard free?
So I would say that Arthur would know that he could try to stabilize Wynyard, but that thing is squeezing him, like I said, a cherry tomato. Like he's about ready to pop.
Then I think I need to break him free.
All right, give me a strength check. This will be a strength check contested against this creature's strength.
Not gonna be natural one.
A natural 1. As you reach in to start pulling on these thick vines that are wrapped around your friend, your hand gets stuck inside, and it like grapples your hand. Your hand. You know what's that movie where the guy cut his arm off?
Evil Dead.
27 hours, something like that.
Yeah, 127 hours or whatever. It's one of those. It's one of those situations where your hand is now trapped inside the vine along with your friend.
Glasha, kill it! Glasha, kill it!
That brings us to Narek. Narek, give me a D20 roll, buddy.
Far fucking out. You are still there.
I can't believe I
I think
still
these
have
are
all these.
fake rolls.
Yeah. Here we go.
This is
All you need is a natural 20. Ooh, so close. So close. All right, back to the top. This thing is still... Have you guys done any damage to this thing? Barely. Barely.
Did we?
Oh, the magic missile?
You might be asking yourself,
Magic
have we
missile
done any
4.
damage? Barely.
4 points of magic missile damage, yeah.
Yep, you did. All right, so this thing is going to make an attack, as it does. It is going to swing at... Let's see, who do we have here? Swing at Glasha and Roger. Roger, give me a D6 roll, please. 1 through 3, it's you. 4, 5, 6, it's Glasha. What up, little bones? Yeah, 127 hours. Thank you. So
You've
Glasha
done me
is
in,
gonna get
Roger.
this.
It
Oh,
is the end of me. It
Roger.
is the end of me.
Oh, Roger.
Even when I'm not trying to hit anything.
Smack attack. It's only a 12 to hit. Excuse me, a
That-
13 to hit.
Hits.
Ooh, okie
You got
doke.
terrible armor.
Yeah. Coming in with 6 points of damage as it
Oh,
smacks you.
Jesus.
Somebody get the
Glasha drops.
queue up the
Oh, my
TPK. Yep. Somebody queue up the TPK button. All right, Glasha goes down. What's
Yep.
your con bonus?
Well, currently it's 1. It was
Okay.
much better, but it's still +1.
Okay. Yeah, you just
Oh.
drop to the ground. No, right now you're not grappled by this thing, but Arthur and Roger, you watch as this thing smacks her right across the head. Her disfigured face just smashes it. Blood and teeth go flying. Her broken tusk goes ting, 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 across, and she drops to the ground. Just terrible. All right, so that brings us to Glasha.
Oh, Glasha.
Glasha,
Okay.
give me a D20 roll. Now, here's the thing. All you need to do is roll a nat 20 and you're back up with
Yeah,
1 hit point. It's
easy.
no big deal.
That's it. 5%.
Pressure.
Ooh.
3
I will tick your counter down.
checks for my rolls. Right?
This could be a TPK. I'm starting to see it now. Roger, what are you going to do?
Roger's thinking back to the time when he was in medieval school and he was on the track team.
Run, Forrest, run.
Oh my God.
You can't leave
Roger sees
Glasha behind.
Go down.
Yeah.
Roger sees like one of his best friends just drop from this thing,
Yeah.
and he loses it. He literally just sheathes his sword. He steps back about 5 feet and pulls out his bow and arrow and shoots at the thing.
Okay. Give me an attack roll, please.
Okay.
Definitely don't miss.
No. Okay.
Net 20. Come on.
An 11. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that misses.
With a +5.
That misses. I'm going to say
Nice
based
bullshit
on
tonight.
position, yeah, based on the positions of your companions, I'm not going to make you roll to hit. Glasha's down on the ground. Wynyard and Narek are being completely entangled. Arthur is sort of behind all of this, so we won't go that direction. But it does miss nonetheless. Wynyard,
I get a roll again?
Yeah, I need you to roll a d20.
I'm on borrowed time. Now it's now
Yep.
I know it. Yeah. All right.
Oof.
Nope.
All right. Guys, this is not good. Yuri, you're just there, man. Disfigured and thinking about fishing.
Hey, at least I'm warm by the fire.
You are warm. You are warm. Arthur, can you do anything to save your party?
Arm caught.
No
Come
pressure.
on. Yeah, no pressure. Or run.
Well, with the natural one previously,
Tess
am
is
I
on the
still
ground.
kind of caught and stuck there.
Your one arm is caught, but Tess is within reach.
Just out of my open hand.
If I can reach Tess, I guess I'll give it a shot.
Are you proficient with battle axe?
That's
It's a great axe.
Great axe?
I'm 90% sure I'm not, so I don't even know if I can use it.
You can use it.
I mean, look at him.
You just yep. It'll be. We'll call it with disadvantage.
Bards are proficient with them.
Yeah.
I have something else that might
Do something else. That might be better.
I am
That might
going
be
to,
Phone home.
because I don't have much for
Phone a friend.
fighting with my broken sword.
Exactly.
Got out.
I will attempt to
Lifeline.
scrape my hand where I made the blood sacrifice on to get it to start bleeding again.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially going to utilize my attempt the fascinate ability. See if I
Okay.
can't get it to like freeze or stop what it's doing and be
Hmm.
transfixed by a bit of blood sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like it.
Play to your strengths.
That's right.
Blood
Fascinate.
sacrifice.
Ah, 13. I need a 15.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Now you're just bleeding.
Yep.
And that's it for Arthur.
Okay. Narek, give me a d20 roll, buddy. All you need is a
No
nat
way.
20.
Oh boy. Oh, that's all. That's it.
Uh-huh. Hey! Nat 20, baby! Nat 20! I love it.
Oh,
Oh,
my
that's a
God.
beautiful thing, man.
is that my action? Do I still get an
One
action?
hit point.
Well, here's the thing. Here's
This
the
thing
here's the
probably comes
unfortunate
right back.
thing is
This
that
thing.
you didn't make it.
Mm.
Your
Oh.
character is dead because his time ran out long ago.
you were just
But you
doing
still
it.
had me roll.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Ouch.
Oh.
So sadly, Narek is no longer with us.
The spirit is willing, but the body says no.
That's right.
Spirits in the forlorn forest forever.
That's also true because we have heard about what happens
That's right.
to those who die. Poor,
You're damned
poor
upon the
Narek.
wizards for eternity.
Yeah,
Yep.
you got to walk. That was fun.
Yep. All right. So that brings
got
us
to
back
fail
to the
spell.
top
Fail
of the
spell.
order. You failed. Yeah, you didn't roll well at all, and that's how this game works. That'll really
Rolled
get you.
24s.
All right. This thing is going to drop all of these people and is going to come after Roger and make it is going to try to entangle you. So I'm going to give it a entangle attack. This won't do damage, but it potentially will entangle you. Yeah, that's a 22. So it starts to wrap itself around your torso, Roger. It means that you're grappled. Doesn't mean you can't still attack or try to break free or anything, but you are grappled, and you get the sense that its next turn would be to start to use that constriction attack on you. Let's see, Glasha, I need you to make a natural 20 roll.
All right, that's what we're calling it. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Ooh, so freaking close.
That's actually it's still not.
Yep,
It's a 19 though.
yep. Roger, this thing
Another 19.
heads in your direction, wraps one of its vine tentacles around you. What do you want to do?
Has it got me? Are you there? Can you
You're grappled, yeah.
I'm gonna try to break free using my grit.
Okay, so this will just
Try to
be
work my way out.
contested.
I'm like very dexterous. I'm gonna try to like unwind myself out with my grit.
Well, shit, I just rolled a nat 20.
All right, well,
Out.
let me see what happens here because I got grit. I do get advantage on it.
Yeah.
I get to add my dex. Do I add my? Yeah, I add my dex. It's a dex check. I add my dex points, right?
If that's what you
This
chose.
is
Yeah.
it depends on what
I
you
chose a
chose.
strength.
Yeah, this is a strength check.
Well, I got an unnatural 20.
Okay. Yeah. You don't break free, unfortunately. Wynyard, give me a D20 roll,
Make
buddy.
that roll?
Yeah, you need a nat.
Okay.
You just need a nat 20 here. It's no big
I
deal.
understand.
Oof,
Oof.
so freaking close. All right, so you are still
I
down.
legitimately can still be alive. If
Yep.
my
Yuri, you're just
counting is
chilling.
correct.
Just chilling. You know, nothing is. I mean, and things are good for you right now. You're alive. Nothing
Away
is like
from the whole
attacking
fight.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Think you're in a happy place, yeah.
At this point, given where things are and what's happening,
We're dead.
no, something happens. You hear a howl, a nearby howl, and a second one. And you watch as this vine creature drops you, Roger, releases its constriction and backs off. And it steps to the edge of the darkness. And you see that there are two large werewolves that come flying out of the Shadowdark, bounding on all fours across. They leap over the pile of your companions who have dropped in a heap on the ground, and they tear into this thing, rolling it into the darkness and disappearing. You just hear the and you see bits of vine flying up into the air, dropping onto the ground. I'm going to give each of you one final turn to make a decision on what you want to do. If you want to try to carry a companion back to Grimhollow, you can do so, but it will require you 5 gear slots to do so. You need to make some quick decisions on what you want to
Can
do.
Arthur first get his action before the end of the turn to try to stabilize Glasha?
Did you not get an action?
No.
Then yes. Did you already try to stabilize Glasha once?
No. Tried with
Okay.
once.
Okay.
Weird, yeah.
And nope. 7.
Okay. Okay.
Thank
All
you
right.
for trying.
So, top of the order, Glasha, I need you to make a D20 roll because that's all you can do at this point. You need a nat 20. Pretty simple.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Roger, what are you going to do here, buddy? You look around, it doesn't look good.
Roger has already been thinking as soon as this thing dropped him, he's like, I've got to get out of here. And his first thought is going to be to, when he sees his companions are dead, you know, a couple of them are just down. What he wants to do is he wants to grab Glasha, but also grab Wynyard's bandolier of torches, put it around him, then grab Glasha.
Okay. All right.
It's
So
bandolier. If I can just sling it over my body.
it's going to take you 5 gear slots to carry Glasha. So you're going to have to address that.
I can drop a few. Actually, I ate my food, so that's gone. I used 3 torches, that's 4. I just got to drop my dagger.
Okay. So you got it. All right. So you grab Glasha. All right. Wynyard, give me a D20 roll.
This is my last chance, if even.
What is 0 next?
That was all of your attempts.
Okay, that's my counting as well, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Wynyard. That's okay.
Yuri. Yuri, you know what? Yuri, give me a D20 roll. If you roll a nat 20, you're up with 1 hit point. Because I'm a benevolent DM.
You're a generous man.
Sure.
Dick.
Rolls a 9.
What a dick. That was close. That was close. Arthur, you have a decision to make. You can carry one of your companions back. You see Roger grabbing Glasha, pulling Glasha over his shoulder, dropping a few items on the ground. You see Yuri laying by the fire. I'm not sure if you know if Yuri is stable or not.
I stabilized him.
Oh, then you do know. So you know at least that Yuri is stable. You look at Narek, and Narek is dead. You look at Wynyard, and Wynyard is dead. That's really the only thing if you want to carry Yuri back.
I will go to retrieve Yuri. And if I can grab a few, I guess any torches easily accessible, because I know we need to make it all the way back.
I still have 5 on my body.
Glasha has 4 on her body too.
Eric has torches as well, and he's dead now.
Oh, okay. All right. I will grab
Yuri
Yuri
like
because
a
he's
pile of bodies.
got a bunch of torches.
Says the wind. Yeah.
And can I also get Tess?
If you have the slots to carry all that, you need 5 to carry the person, not their gear, the person.
Yeah, I know that was the problem.
Yeah, you can't. You're not
Okay,
carrying all their
yeah.
gear. Yep. And Tess is what? 2 slots, Glasha?
No,
because
Tess was 1.
great sword. Okay.
Was it supposed to be 2?
I don't know. Don't worry
One's
about it
had
for
an
now.
extra space, so yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it for now. You consider it 1 for now. So as long as you have that, you can do it.
I will grab Yuri, as many of his torches, and Tess. So I will do the math to have it in here.
Okay.
I'll mark
You got it.
down. We'll see how many I've got.
Okay. Jeez, guys.
I dropped a lot of crap too to get everything.
Well, here's the question: are you going to actually make it back to Grimhollow?
That's weird.
Here's what we're going to do.
Roger,
gonna-
I hope you have.
We are
torches.
all 7 of us are going to make a D20 roll. Just a straight D20 roll. If we have more successes, don't roll yet. Wait till I'm done.
Oh, right.
wait till I tell you what's happening.
You said roll
You wasted it.
Yeah, that one didn't count. That one
No,
didn't
that was
count.
the best roll he's.
I know, but you gotta wait. That wasn't even done yet. I'm gonna have all 7 of us roll a D20. It's just a straight roll, no bonuses. On a 10 and higher, it's a success. And on a 9 or lower, it's a failure. If we have more successes than failures, you make it back to Grimhollow. If we have more failures than successes, my friends, I'm afraid that we don't make it back to Grimhollow. And I would like Roger to make the first roll. You want to roll a 10 or higher on a D20.
Like a Pele shootout. Oof.
Okay.
There's our first failure. Narek, D20 roll, please.
Okay, here we go.
10 or higher, man. 10 or higher.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go. All right. 1 failure, 1 success. Glasha. There we go. 2 successes. Yuri.
Nice. Hey.
3 successes. We only need 1 more success and you guys make it back. Arthur.
No pressure.
Yeah, no
No
pressure.
pressure.
Yo.
Uh-oh.
Called that one.
No.
All right, we'll go with Wynyard next, and I'll go last. Maybe we don't need me to roll. Success, Wynyard. You need 10 or higher, buddy.
Oh,
Oh no.
Oh no! Does it really come down to me rolling? That doesn't seem fair.
Shoot.
I'm gonna let you guys nominate somebody to make this roll. I'm not gonna do it.
Why not be Why not be the DM? I don't
No,
know.
I'm not doing it. One of you needs to do it.
I won't roll.
Who's the newest player?
Probably me.
Narek.
Andy.
It's Narek. Yeah.
He's dead anyway, so
Make
for
the
Matt,
make the newbie do it.
Dead man's roll.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Here we
I
go.
rolled a natural 20.
Dead man's roll.
Dave took it all away.
Yep.
All right. Should I roll?
Yeah, do it. You need a 10 or higher to save this party.
Shit.
Oh. Oh.
Wow.
Damn.
Oh
Well, my
goodness.
friends, that's Shadowdark.
You wanted
Hey.
a TPK, you got a TPK.
We are still out in the world.
You guys
We
are out there in the forlorn forest.
A lot of treasure out
Oh,
there.
okay. So not dead. They're just out there.
well,
No,
dead. I
no.
mean,
The dead spirit of these adventurers,
Oh, okay.
as
Okay.
as you may have remembered from speaking with Thalor, that he knows that people who die or are lost in the forlorn forest are doomed to haunt its woods for eternity. And that, my friends, is where this game sadly comes to an end.
It was a good run.
It was a good run.
what a nap.
Oh my goodness.
I feel bad for Glosha and Roger because you guys were fucking veterans, and
So Arthur
Too. Yeah.
oh
Three of
yeah,
us-
okay.
That was 3 second level characters just got wiped.
far out.
Now it's just Belch.
Yeah,
Right?
Belch is hanging
Yeah.
on. Belch is hanging on.
Belch is smart and doesn't go out.
That's it. He hasn't gone out
That's how you
forever.
survive.
Yeah,
That's
that
how he
is the-
survived.
He's got his penthouse underneath the rusty tankard.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god, you
Oh,
guys.
wow.
This just happened.
Wow.
What just happened was we get to roll new characters and get a new name.
Indeed, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I might do
That
that
part's
this afternoon.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, for some of, at least Andy, like you didn't get as attached maybe to your characters as some of these others did, but
No.
let's be honest, Glosha was headed for total and complete destruction. Roger was, you know, is cursed or was cursed and was, you know, I mean, you had actually found out some information recently that could have helped you.
Yeah, it was 2 days travel to the south.
Yep. Whose idea
We'll
was
never
this
know.
quest? Armin.
Oh, that was Wynyard.
Oh,
It's a good thing he died out there because we would have killed him if we would have brought him back.
Actually, even if Roger had made it out, I mean, granted, you did the whole everyone roll D20, but back in my mind was I grabbed Zasha, and just like the last time, we never stabilized her, so she'd have been dead by the time I got back.
Yeah.
yeah.
would have been
And
dead
and
anyway.
just behind the screen, Glosha was already dead because of the number of the D4 plus your
Mhm.
bonus. I rolled a
Yep.
1 and you had a
Man,
plus
if
1.
Roger hadn't just rolled that 20 early. That 18 he wasted.
You never know.
We
You
would
never
have
know.
passed. We would have succeeded.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that, so
Well, that's a tough. That's a tough.
all random. That was
Tough.
fun.
Kind of in mourning right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of
Yeah.
shocked. I'm in
Yeah.
I
shock
feel
right now.
terrible.
It's like
big
just
shock.
as bad as the wand of healing breaking. I feel just the same. Like it's ended.
It's a
Just
little bit
done.
worse. It's a little bit worse than the wand
Say a
It's
breaking.
little
about
bit
the
more.
same. Just a touch worse.
Wow.
Oh,
We
yeah.
always see
Kind of
where
like a
Ty.
wand.
Yeah, we see
Yeah,
where
I see how
Ty's.
much you care about.
Yeah,
I
right.
have to go on Amazon now and cancel my Roger cosplay outfit.
I
So
thought
it's
you had it
time
on.
for, time for Yuri Jr.
There we go.
Yuri Jr.
Dad,
Yeah.
where's Dad?
Yeah.
Oh
I
man.
feel yeah, because I played with Glosha and Roger a couple times now,
Mhm.
and
Well,
so that's what I just feel.
if anyone
feel
goes
like caused her
looking,
death.
if Belch
Wait,
decides to go looking
no.
for us,
Honestly,
I
I
don't-
feel like
yeah.
if we were gonna die, this is the coolest place to die because we're still
Mhm.
in a way out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You didn't get, you didn't become goblin stew or, something like
There you
that,
go.
something lame like that, or like Beastman, their next like
damn
Halloween
certain.
costume or something. You
I
are
mean, our bodies
Yeah.
are still here though, right? So that could have happened. But
for the
No.
for the time being, yeah. I'm sure the spiders will clean that campsite up for the next
if only
guests.
Garl had showed up
cool,
earlier.
cool.
Yeah.
In the
That
end,
was
our
fun.
bodies don't matter.
Yeah.
So-
Well, that was the whole werewolf thing was just a way to get you guys back, give you guys an out so we could end because we
Yeah,
like to
end the
play the 2
stream.
hours. So for folks that might be watching, like these games are designed to be 2 hours, and that's how we played in the Discord. So there's usually some sort of a mechanism at the end to signal the end of the game. And that was sort of the one for this. Cause I didn't think this, Honestly, I didn't think this combat would go this long, but
Our mechanism for any of the game was 3 of us going down.
that was part of it. Yeah, for sure.
Well-
Our first healer got taken out right away, and our second healer stuck his head in the fire and went down too.
He saw the writing on the wall. Yeah.
And then our rolls were terrible, so like we couldn't take any of these things down.
Yeah.
The sad part is
Yeah.
I'm just picturing Roger out there keeping lighting the torch, and he's down to like him and Arthur down to like the last torch. I never got hit. I still had 15 hit points.
Yep.
And then you
Oh,
backed
man.
away and tried to shoot it with the bow.
Only because
Well, the grapple
I have a
situation.
better attack with the bow, and I get damage bonus, which I didn't
Yeah.
add.
That
in
is
there.
sad. So Roger's out there, each torch slowly dying down, then the last one goes away, and the Shadowdark just goes, and
Yep.
he's
Yeah.
overrun.
Actually, if my epilogue
Arthur
would be
too.
that Roger, with the last time the last dying light of my torch, Roger would probably just say, "Okay, come and get me."
Yeah, exactly.
It's time. Yeah. Well, so all you guys know that you can write a recap eponymously. Is that right? And you'll gain.
Posthumously.
Thank you. Posthumously, you
Well, in your
will
own
gain a right. You will gain a luck point for your next session. The luck points are for the player, not for the character. So I highly encourage you to do a recap. It's also a great way to catalog and chronicle our stories for sure. These are the Grimhollow Chronicles, and for folks who might be hanging out watching, I don't know if there's folks in the chat, but I just dropped the Discord link if you're interested in joining our Discord home game, which is an unstreamed version of this, very similar to what we just did, although not usually TPKs. I think this is only the second TPK we've had, I think, for the Grimhollow game.
Yeah.
Although
Some of
Gary
us have been in
Gary
both.
Con was a slew of TPKs.
The live stream one
Yeah.
we did was a TPK when my character just was the last one standing and took 2 things of oil and lit himself on fire.
Yeah, that was a
Oh, yeah,
self-immolation.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you
I
go.
just don't know what
That's
to say now.
Shadowdark. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm out.
I'm
Oh
speechless.
my goodness.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. What up, Dennis? You missed a TPK, bro.
Look at our
Probably
faces.
a good session to sit out on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got splattered. All right. Well, there you go. That's the game. That's the way we do it over at Guild Superior.
Hey.
Don't you want to come do it with us?
Oh my
Bad
gosh.
ending, but it was still tons of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good.
It
That was
always
good.
is.
Yeah.
I really like how we're doing the death rolls now with you guys.
Yeah, I don't
I
wanna
personally
know.
I like knowing or not having you not know. Actually, it's pretty fun. All right, so let's go ahead. I don't know how many people we have, but let's raid somebody. Let's find somebody to raid here. Do we know anybody who's on right now? Captain Owlbear. Let's go ahead and raid the Cap. We haven't done that for a while.
The cat.
Yep, the Cap. Do you know the Cap?
Aye.
Huh? All right. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Check out our Discord. Big shout out to the people that make this music. I'm talking about Dead Noise Radio. You've been listening to them. If you like what we do here, please consider following or subscribing, all that good stuff. We really appreciate you hanging out. Shadowdark is an awesome game. We play it pretty much weekly. It's a West Marches style game, so the players get to choose the quests. Sometimes they choose the really hard quests like this one. And I, whatever. And but yeah, glad you were here to experience it with us. We're gonna go ahead and raid the Cap. So we'll see you. What do we have coming up? Oh, let me just say this. We've got a lot coming up, right? Shell?
Mhm.
We got a lot
Tons.
coming up. We've got
Tons.
our Tuesday Night Hero of Greyhawk campaign that's ongoing. We have the finale of Minnesota Muses, the Undying Sky game, which is coming up on Thursday, which Andy and Ty and Shelly are in, along with Tara, and it's been freaking awesome. So make sure you check that out. And then in June, on Thursdays, we're going to be playing Carbon 2185 with Dungeon Mr. Ty, running that game with a bunch of great people that are going to be in that one. So you're going to want to come by for that. It is Henry Allen, myself, Udahime, and Lamar the Con Guy. It's going to be a blast. And then we're coming back with part 2 on Saturdays, part 2 of the Whisperwood.
Whisperwood.
Yeah. So there you go. Check it out. It looks like we already rated, so whatever. We'll see you
we
guys
rated,
later.
So I don't know who you're talking to.
I'm talking to you guys now, man. I'm talking to
You,
you.
bro.
Be there, bro.
Practicing.
They could have
I'm-
stayed. They could have.
You know me. I like to talk. I'll just keep talking. I don't care. All right. We'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.